Right. It says we are live. So, all right. So, new, platform. Well, what I mean, doing podcasts. So, here on StreamYard. So, it looks good. So, new thing. So, welcome everybody. So glad to have you. I'm trying to see if it's over live, and it is live over there as well. So, hey, just a little different look. That's all I got to say. But everything can easily work out. Let me see here. Can I get that? There I go. Now I am much bigger. There. Wow. All right. How is everybody? Let me just speak favor on everyone. And actually, so just give me a second here. Do. All right. I'm still learning the buttons, folks. For those of you who are used to this format, hey, it's fun. So what's up, everybody? So good to see everyone. Favor to everyone. And let me just say thank you, Brandon, for the video you made. Yeah, it was helpful. And so it's happy to be here. I'm happy to be here. Happy on a new format that I can actually share something with y'all. And so got to get used to the chat room over there, but it looks like it's working just fine. Cool. All right. It's like getting a new pair of shoes. It takes a minute to break it in, right? So favor, BOSTO, be of service to others. That way it always comes back to you. People will be service to you. And hey, that's a groovy thing. Happy birthday if you got one. And folks, we are indeed prospering. Yes, indeed. That's just a groovy day. I was listening. I like YMCA. The Village People were a cool band. What can I say? There was a time when I was in disco. Enjoyed it. It was a great workout, no matter how you looked at it. It was, you see it. Let's see, you'd probably get to the bar about 10:30, 11 o'clock. By the time you leave by 2, yeah, you've put in a good aerobics workout. And I miss those. So whose birthday is it? Hey, Nina. Hey, Marsha Price. I'll have to go over here. I know there is a delay, but I'm used to always seeing the dual screen. And so I'm not seeing that now, but that's okay. Because now I can go over here and see everyone in the chat room. Good to see you, Jules. David Castle. Hey, Jenny. See you here in a little bit. Gaia, how are you and Paul doing? Kaz, much love. Loretta, Deborah Sloan, hello. And Rufus as well. Jarrett, how are you doing? Larry, who's all in here? It says 76 are waiting now. I don't know. Maybe if they're waiting, I don't see that. Hey, Nina, what's up? Jackie, so good to see you. Someone had asked the question earlier about the 2/3 reduction of the population of the United States. That was, it's in the archives. Have fun going through them. I mean, let's see, YouTube purged about 400, but there's still about 1,600 plus. It's in there. It used to be on Deagle.com, but that was by year 2025. So who knows? What else is? Hello, Delaney. How are you doing? Emperor Rex, good to see you as well. Tone, what's up? How are you doing? We love, yes, thank you. You're part of the Soul Tribe. We love the Soul Tribe. Hey, Fly at Risk. They still letting you going out there, right? It's a beautiful day. Like I said, I'm just getting used to all of the format here, and it's all right. It's like anything else. Change is good. Sometimes change is uncomfortable, but that's cool. It's only uncomfortable for a little bit. It's like, how many of you had to move while you were in school? Raise your hand. Yeah, there for a while. I think I was a ward of the state, and one year I went to 5 different schools. Hell, I didn't know where the hell everything was up or down, but hey, you get used to it, being the new kid in class, everyone stares at you. And then you got the teacher who says, well, would you like to say something about yourself? I feel very uncomfortable. I don't know any of you, so I got nothing to say. Change is good. If you can adapt to change, then yeah. Yeah. I see that, Deborah. Hand multiple times. Yeah, we all know what it's like. Yeah. It's that funky feeling, man. But nevertheless, it's just the way it is. You get to learn. I'll tell you the best thing. I have people write me and say, well, it's very sad about your childhood. I don't think you get it. There was a lot of pain. Yeah, that's true. But I'm going to tell you what, I got favor I came into this realm with favor on my life. And although my childhood was not like normal people, I don't know what normal means, but didn't have parents, didn't have a home, the street, being a ward of the state. Now that's a far out trip. I can talk about that for hours, but I won't. But I can tell you this, I had the best time. I really did. On the surface, it looked like it sucked, but I can tell you underneath, heck, kidding me. I mean, I drew, 4 of a kind, plus the Joker, right? Try having the name Giamanaya. Yeah. Over time, the teacher got up to use my name. We moved. Now, Gaia, I can dig that. Paul Peace with the Fighting Nuns. Hey, how about that? I mean, back in the day, yeah. The nuns, the ones that, man, I mean, corporal punishment. And I went in Texas school, where they paddled your ass. Did I ever make it there? Oh, yeah, I did. Yeah. And I got to tell you something about, particularly, I remember an incident in 7th grade. Won't get into the details. Needless to say, you had 2 choices. You either went to the coach or you went to the assistant principal. Mr. Barber, still remember that son of a bitch. Yep. He had a sick, demented mind. That's all I can say. Because he seemed to have a certain pleasure, and he had one of those paddles that had the holes drilled in them. And I'll tell you what, when you bent over and grabbed your knees, yeah, lift your ass right off the ground, he did. Oh, memories. What can you say? You just go, okay, fine. It was a different time. It's not this timeline anymore. That was a different time, a different realm, a different world. I'm going to show a video that kind of typifies that maybe in a way that you hadn't seen before. So, got in a new toy. Yeah. Tried it out. And wow, I got to tell you, pretty interesting. So, I got myself my own REM pod. And this is an idea of what it looks like. So you put this up and then you turn it on, and there's so much EMF around here that, so this is what it does. And you see, that tells that it's saying that there is something. Okay. All right. Anyway, there's a lot of EF going on. So eventually what I'm going to do a show. And if you'd like to come on, let me know. We're going to do a whole spirit channeling session. We'll be using one of the best little devices I've seen in the spirit boxes. This one is a very cool. I have a couple, and this one I have found to be really good. So anyway, I'm going to leave the REM pod on over there on the other side of the desk, and we'll see whether we have visitors. Did a little session last night, and yeah, you know, what did Brewer and Shipley say? You know, got spirits dancing all above my head, makes me glad that I'm not dead. Ricky Tai. Yeah, you got it. Uh-huh. Hey, Lost in Space, how much snow do you got, brother? Send us some over that over here. But yeah, it is kind of cool. You know, I'm just going, this will be fun. It's on right now. And is there any spirits about us? It ain't saying a word. We'll see. Where did you get one of those? Well, you know, you can get them. There's a number of places. You can directly go to, I guess it's Paranormal Research. They're the ones who manufacture this. Temperature something. I'll get you that. You can do it on Amazon. Amazon's got everything, don't they? Linda said she did a hunt in New Orleans for a week, stayed at the old orphanage, and got plenty of Hey, Linda, let's bring you on. Love to have you on. Come on. Don't be shy. And Big Al is on. Vacation is over? Oh, Big Al, it sucks. Gaia says it's 11:11. I know, it's all around me. Folks, weird stuff is going on in my life. I mean, there are signs after signs after signs after sign. There is big changes afoot. I sense it, and yeah. Hey, Robert V, what's up? Good to see you. David Barry, I got your pictures, brother. Just didn't get a time. Love to have you come on and discuss this. Got Steve is going to be coming on, and Monday. This is, this is some weird. It's impacting us today. I have no doubt about it. You know, I think we're in the galactic pinball machine, and the flippers are, you know, they're going crazy. So anyway, the REM pod is still on. We need angel detectors. You know, Erica, you know, maybe I think this could work out as well. I think it could be. Hey, Danny, what's up? Good to see you, Mr. Floyd. Like I said, I have a different thing here. So Smarty Girl, good to see you as well. Welcome. I have the Maelstrom. So glad to have you. So, yeah, we'll have some fun with this. Gonna have some fun tonight. So, got a picture that was sent to me, and give me 1 second because I want to make sure that I give proper recognition, because this is really good stuff. This is from Cindy, who sent this to me. And now we're going to see how well there's movement going on. I can see it. Spirits are here, folks. Let's see. Let's share screen. Okay. Okay. So I have to allow this. Okay. I don't know if I'm. Wow. Okay. Going off the hook. So I don't know if I am. Select. Oh, I see. Got to give me a second here, folks. Let's see. I'm trying to get it pulled up. Select which window. Let's go entire screen. Okay. Can I come over here? Okay. I think I got this. Yeah. So this is sharing on a share. I hope you can see this. I'm assuming you can. So I caught this phenomenon back, a number of years ago. back in 2011. Posted it on the first YouTube channel. And what's interesting about this, and Cindy, you're right, this is the sun, right? But when we think about the sun being this huge object that's nearly 100 million miles away, there is a good capture of it right there. And we'll see it after it moves through these clouds that it goes back to its big normal self. And some say this is because the iris capture of the camera is actually seeing what that sun really is like. When it gets out from the clouds, it's overwhelmed by the brightness. I don't know. All I do know is that when you capture it like this, you really ask yourself, well, what is going on? And this is only one of many that we shall be doing. Okay. And then as it gets back out, it'll start growing. But remember that tiny little pinprick. So I'm back. I'm learning how to use this. So just give me a little bit. I'm learning. It's like, man, I'm trying to drive the bus and like I've got all this new stuff over here. Someone also sent me some video of our visitor that has returned. Back in the days when Steve Olson and I were doing the GNN news, and Steve had his channel over there with WSO, we were capturing a lot of strange stuff, particularly on Sechi. And I thought it interesting because our craft is back. It had a hiatus for about 5 years. And allow me to pull this up. Okay. All right. We'll stop that. We'll get in over here. So I'm going to do a screen share again. It's a little different, but that's cool. Okay. Now, select which window. So what I want to do is this. Okay, allow. All right. So here is our craft. I'm going to spend a couple of minutes on this one because this is Sechi. If those of you, this is Sechi A. And this is the device that you see right here. This is the ocular, because it's a telescope, folks, and, got the lens. We captured this, and it's interesting because the headquarters from Sechi is just right up the road from me. This is not an artifacting of the camera. I have a detailed schematic of this particular telescope satellite. This is Earth, and here on the left you have a split screen of our visitor, and here it comes. Now this, just to bring it out into scope, and you can see how it's coming in over on this side a little differently. So what this is blocking is that there is an object coming through on this. Now, many people say, well, no, this is the function of what the camera, the telescope is. No, it's not. It's capturing what it's seeing. And here is the device. Now you can see that this date is back in 2007, May. Yellow Rose of Texas, in many of her earlier videos when she was documenting the war that was taking place, and there was a war taking place. She seems to think that one side won. I'm of the different opinion, but doesn't matter. There was something going on. And as you continue to see, and let's play this again. Play it again, Sam. And you can see this is, over a course of hours. Okay, so let's stop share. Ooh, Ooh, I like this. It's like, this is cool, man. All right. I got more because there's more happening. Where do I want to go? Oh, I'll show this one to you. This is from the ISS that showed, I always call this the, I don't know, you decide what you want to call it. Let me go over here because I'm getting it, folks. And we go over here and we'll do this and we'll do this. Okay. All right. And let's just go over here to, well, window, there we go. So here is the weirdest one. I got a lot of weird stuff back in the day. So do you remember what planet we were on when this was taking place? Yeah, that was strange. I agree. So I got some more. We're not done. Weird stuff going on there. And I appreciate the fact that, you know, with the archives that I have, it's real. Now, I want to show something else. Give me a second. There we go. I want to show you a video that shows the interesting aspect of Earth seen from, again, Secchi. Loving this. Okay. Oh, cool. So Earth generates a view of its own. Quite spectacular, actually. Check this out. So this is Earth, and it's interesting to see what these cameras see in different wavelengths. This is the sun over here on the left. And you can see that the Earth almost has a certain pulsation to it. Now, I want to show you a video that I think you'll like. Stop share. There we go. I'm having fun with this, folks. So give me 1 second as I pull up the next one in the queue. Especially when you're on. Let's see, do I want to show this one or not? There was a comet that passed by recently, and I want to show you what it kind of looks like from Secchi, what Secchi sees comets as. And it catches quite a few of them, particularly of the choroids. This is not it. Bum, 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 Give me 1 second, folks. Bum, 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 bum. I know everyone's like, well, hey, man, what are you doing? I mean, you know, we're sitting here waiting for something to happen. And yeah, this is a good one. There's a number of them here because I want to show you as well that same camera view to show you that anomaly that came through is what I call a ship, but that's just me. You can call it what you want. So here it is, and you can see this was in 2007, August. And this is what it looks like normally. Weird, isn't it? So, oh, stop share. have to say, Lori, the girls over there on Andromeda 7, they're well versed on this platform, and it's diversified. I'll have to say it has a little more bells and whistles. Okay, so give me one more second as he goes, because we're not done yet. Do, 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 do. Bum, bum, bum. There we go. Bum, 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 bum. As he pulls it up. Okay. I'm having so much fun here. I know that y'all are going, well, with kind of let us in on the action too, dude. Okay. This is a good one. Here is another one of our vessel coming in. And I have to go over here. It's a little different. All right. I have dozens of these, but here's the Milky Way center, by the way. This is Earth. And you can see again, whatever that was came in, and you can see it's there. If we took the ocular away, yeah. So, as I was saying, this war that took place back then was quite spectacular. They say that the Earth was under attack. Everyone has their own opinion on that. I'd say it was probably very possible. I want to show you some more far out stuff from Sechi. I'll go on a couple more minutes on this because this stuff is kind of cool. This was when they were launching it into orbit. And allow me, because this was some weird anomalies. Now they're saying this is artifacting of the camera lens, that they were adjusting the camera lens. Okay, I can give it that to them. But my question is what the hell were they looking at? Now check this thing out. This is the sun over here. This big black line, that is the Earth. So I'll just play the video and let you make your own decision. And you can really see how alive the Earth is. This is what all the planets, but Earth particularly, we're like this freaking, like we're in a, I don't know, if we're like the electrical conduit because one of the things I learned back in the days when Sechi was really rocking and rolling, that there was some strange stuff out there. I want to get another one up here. Oh, yeah. Okay. So much cool stuff. Anyway, okay. I mean, I got hours of this stuff. Oh, here we go. Here's another interesting one. You're going to really like this one. There is something else going on. This is, this may be one of the very few channels that actually have it. But check this out, folks. We are in an electric universe. There is no doubt. So here's that same, the one that was blocked. Check this out, folks. Do you see the pulse? Have no idea what's going on, but yeah, the electric universe, no doubt. That's a pretty cool one. I really dig that one. And then we're going to get on with the subject matter at hand. I got one more. No, I don't. Okay, so there we go. We're back on subject. But I'm just reading some of the comments. So there we are. The only thing I have to get used to is I can't see what's going on over on YouTube, but maybe that's because I haven't figured it out yet. All right. Speaking of which, let me pull this up. Do 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 do. Does it work that way? No, it doesn't. Okay, it's cool. Beautiful day, isn't it? So we're talking about Tartaria. Tartari, I think, is another pronunciation of it. What was this? I don't know. Who were they? Seems like many of us have known this race or this society, whoever they were. We do know this. They were... It's strange. It appears that their kingdom, as many of you already know, I'm just kind of just rehashing it because it deserves to be rehashed. It appears that it virtually was all of Russia. Depending on the maps that you look at, they seem to have colonized the world. Some people say that these are the descendants of Atlantis. Their maps, David, I'll be adding to your maps to this tomorrow. It's very interesting. We'll be studying about the expositions because, quite frankly, I don't believe that we have the craftsmen today to do this type of work. I come out of the building trades, and the building trades have regressed. They haven't progressed. You don't see any new material. We should be so far advanced from this, but we can't even replicate this anymore. And they said that they did this in less than 20 months. I don't know. All over the world, these expositions took place. They were huge. They were of a size that would make any pharaoh tickled to death. Again, the cathedrals, the towers, the ornamentation of it. This is just the most interesting thing. And if you look at this one here, this is an actual picture. Again, is the lights. The advanced use of electricity that I would say, I mean, when you think about it, the average home back there, I think this is the Chicago Exposition, 1881, I believe, 82. And I marvel at this. This is the Horticulture Center. And I think that this is, I don't know if this is St. Louis or not, but I think it is. They built this in 2 years. And look at what's at the top. That looks to me to be a Tesla coil or a Tesla type object. Some say it's Columbia. We'll get into that. But look at this. Where would they get the craftsmen to do these fountains, the artificial lakes that they had? I mean, again, this is the Palace of the Mechanic. I believe this is Chicago as well. Could be London. Might be, it's one or the other. But again, and if you look at each one of the tower, and I'm trying to get a close-up. Well, I'm still in the process. This maybe someone has them, but we really need to see what's crowning each one of these towers. This is it says, yeah, but 20 months, less than 2 years. And every one of these buildings were either burned, tore down, and put in as landfills. This is St. Louis again. I lived in St. Louis. You know, you go to Forest Park. I'm, you know, I've been at the art museum. I mean, shot a lot of video, major projects with the St. Louis Zoo. I don't know how they did this, but obviously they did, to a level that says, well, something happened. Give me 1 second, folks, as I get into here. There we go. So, what is going on? I mean, a lot of people have their ideas, and I've been watching some great videos out there. I mean, you know, we're all on the same train. It's just that when you start seeing what's happening today, I'm convinced that we've shifted times. We live in a reality, folks, that is insane. You look at leaders of the world. These are insane people. They're not normal. And the fact is, this isn't a normal place. This is not a place that, to be very candid with you, from the world that I came from, this one's much more dangerous. Far more dangerous. The world that I came from, we weren't perfect in any ways. There was violence. There was, you know, but there was something different. In this reality, in this realm, it doesn't make sense. It really doesn't. And we're going to get into star forts. It's interesting, Marguerite. You're right. I have a whole section. Well, speaking of that, let's just get right to it. Now, give me 1 second, because I'm still learning how to drive this here bus. It's like, okay, let's see here. All right. So, Tartaria, the hidden empire. It says everything that we have today is built upon them. They were the true builders. They were beyond anything that I think with anything that I have understood in history. Now, I've told you that this book, this is the color book of this one. I think you can see that. I think. I don't have a camera because the little box in there, because I think I actually disabled it. But anyway, so I just thought that we'd spend the remainder of the time here going about this. There seems to be a connection with Mr. Tesla and the Tartarians. I often wonder who taught who. But let's get into some of this, so because you're going to love this. I've done a whole video on the House of Representatives in the chamber. You see, you can't go into the chamber unless you're a member. But we are not a democracy. We were a republic, more in the true fashion of Rome. And like Rome, we are in the decline of our glory. And again, there is a lot to this book. I'm just going to go through it quick. We'll go back as the days go forth, because there is a lot going on. There's some strange parts of this book that, well, you just have to read it for yourself. I am more interested in this technology that seems to have been confiscated And as a result, when they took over this technology, they made damn sure to erase any knowledge of it. They can't completely take it away. So what they do is they make it that anyone that goes off the stated script, well, you're a conspiracy theory. You're one of those fringe people. Yeah, well, I doubt any person who makes that claim could actually back it up. And they certainly could not make it into a debate. I'm not going to get into a lot of this because we'll get into some of these questions, because when you finally realize that something happened and we're living it, the Star Fort cities, this digitizing of all knowledge is the kingpin, the Carter pin to this. It's holding everything together because they now control knowledge. And this is more tyrannical than any of us. I believe that this culture, a race of people, they knew about this. They did their best to try to protect us, but they lost. And again, I'm going very quickly because due to the time constraints. Gee, now they take the position, the writer here, James W. Lee, takes the position of that this is more the action of the Illuminati New World Order. I think the New World Order is just a cover. Don't think that that's the true organization. But then again, that is just mine opinion. Tartaria, you can see it has a lot in my view, as I've looked at this, has a lot of Russian and the cultures and the races of that region and of that world. And give me a second, because I wanted to show you. See, what page am I on? Okay, give me a second. As we go and we continue, here are the maps. So there are lots of maps. Basic foundation here is that we are on a plane. I'm not saying flat Earth, but a plane of immense size, proportion. You can certainly take from whatever you want. This is Tartary. This was from the old Encyclopedia Britannica. Those were the books that I used in school. And it's interesting because they can't wipe this away. This is not Russia. The story that we have of the czars and the Russian history along with China seems like someone's messing in the kitchen. They say that Tartaria had a multi-religious, multicultural view. In 1652, Tartaria appears to have control over North America. Also note the incredible detail of the cities, rivers, and longitudes in these very detailed maps that covered most of the world. How did they know? I don't know if I can. I think we can zoom in. Well, sure we can. As he gets over here. Wait. What the hell happened, Steiger? Man, you're making me seasick, dude. Yeah, I know the feeling. Okay. I did speed way ahead. Man, that's what happens. Fast fingers. Where did it happen to all those damn maps, huh? Dang. That really went fast, didn't it? Okay, here we are. Again, incredible maps. I can't do the detailed until I can actually separate them out. But apparently the United States, well, the Smithsonian got their ass smacked down before the Supreme Court for altering and destroying evidence of the giants. In the court case that was filed and that the Smithsonian lost, The Smithsonian admitted to the destruction over 200,000 giant bones found right here in the United States. We know that they were particularly the area of what we call Ohio, Indiana, Illinois, very well advanced cities, cultures, the whole bit. And again, a lot of these creatures are said to have been from Tartaria. There's very few animals, but we do know this even in the Bible and in other sacred books. They talk about half human, half animal. Could this be a clue? Don't know. Oh, I'm having fun with this. Again, the mud flood. We're going to get into some of this. As you can see, it is said that what we have built modern society upon is nothing more than the mud and debris of previous civilization. These are the pictures depicting on what that would look like. The Sphinx story is not quite right, because how did it get buried? Now they'll tell you, well, this was sand. Well, they've had a problem with that, Houston. Not so sure. There are pictures that do exist of some sort of devastation. Buildings This is the interesting thing in this particular chapter, dealing with the fact that these mud floods is really, the evidence is everywhere. Archaeology, unfortunately, has been compromised. It is no longer the pure science it once was. For most archaeologists are bought by corporations. And unfortunately, corporations run most governments, and which most governments have a corporate agenda. But you can see it's very plain that something happened. And of course, city officials, when they're confronted with these discoveries, you find out how very quickly these discoveries are suddenly erased. There's no more press coverage about it. But you tell me. Look at the height of this building here. And this is, where are we at? I think this is maybe New York. Am I right on that? But it's very obvious that something happened. I mean, you don't build a building where the first floor is below ground, or at least halfway. And this is all over the world. I mean, this is just not Europe. It's everywhere. I think we have made some phenomenal discoveries under the ocean. We know this. We know that there were advanced cities, way advanced more than ours. It always amazes me that we think today that our modern, today we have no imagination. Skyscrapers are the most boring thing ever. They're merely phallic symbols for an edifice of a small penis-minded mankind. Mankind can't get it out of his head that that's where his head usually is, somewhere else. But we do know this. They've hidden a lot of this. They don't want this taught. So who were these people? I've looked at many of these in detail, and this will just blow your freaking mind. And again, got, as you can see, a number of books up here. We know, for instance, the earthquake that that hit in the area along the Mississippi, the Madrid Fault, the Mississippi River flowed backwards. So, and inundated a lot of the region in mud. Still going. I want to get to, someone asked me to show them the books again, and I will do that. No, I'm going really quick, but as we get into this more, these people existed. I want to know primarily who took the technology, and you know what they've been doing? They've been parceling it out to us, because we're nothing more than slaves. We're the chattel. This, whatever took us over, is not a friend of mankind. They've imprisoned us. We're so much in debt. Every citizen of the world now is a debtor. I don't believe that that was the case when the Tartarians ruled. I could be wrong. You may have your own opinion. And like I said, these people, they were tall, by the way, 8 to 12 feet. And again, you can see the descendants. Beautiful people. I just love. Now, this is clothes. I mean, if you got to wear clothes, this is clothes. I mean, wow. And I guess some of the people who crochet, I think you probably appreciate some of this as well. So anyway, going really quick. I know, but hey, we'll get into it in more detail because something going on. Something going on. That's all I got to say. And this guy, here's the star forts, by the way. These cities, these star cities were, they generated apparently wireless electricity. They also had an interesting effect on the people that lived within these star forts. It is said that it generated a natural euphoric, very positive, very upbeat, very confident sense. And again, they're all over the world. A lot of them here in America, but a lot of them around the world as well. What did they know that we didn't know? These couldn't, they said they weren't made for defensiveness either, because obviously if you're having sharp angles here, your enemy can get behind a wall and put a can of whoop ass all over you. But yeah, isn't it interesting that Statue of Liberty built upon the same star fort technology? Italy, Netherlands, Canada, Germany, Portugal, Denmark, all over. I love this. Still got to get used to this format. I said, I hope it doesn't. And by the way, in this particular chapter in 7, we'll get into a little bit more down the road. They had a way of healing the human body that I'm convinced whoever destroyed them, whoever took us over, they're not going to allow us. They have the cure for cancer. I think cancer is more of a modern day invention. They've taken away the knowledge of naturally healing, but I think this knowledge is reemerging. I eventually see cities, maybe communities, communes that begin together and start developing. The ornamentation of these cathedrals, the use of sacred geometry, Yeah, it's right there in front of us, but no, we don't see it that way, do we? Check out this organ. I mean, look at the size of these. I mean, does a human being as a statute, let's say of 5'10", so wakes up one morning and said, "You know what I'm going to build today, Joe? What are you going to do? Hell, I'm going to build an organ that's 100 feet tall." Well, who's going to play it? But look at it. It's not just one. All over the freaking world. Look at this. Do you think modern man has the knowledge? Listen, we lost the knowledge of Apollo. They said that we went to the moon. Again, more of the architecture. Remarkable. And I know I'm going, if you want this, I have the PDF. Be more than happy to, you should have it in your library. This is something that if you have kids, you need to be teaching your children about this. You need to be showing them there is an alternative to the history that they're being shown. Maybe if we could wake up some of these younger ones, that they would start throwing off this, whatever it is. And the Gothics, we're going to get into these most interesting building orientations, shall we say. But again, all of the Tartarian age. And we're going to get into this. You can see the sacred geometry in all of this. Look at the eternity. This would be a far out trip if we weren't under this madness that we are. Could you imagine going all around the world in just this? This is where they're destroying the buildings. Why? Don't ask. Just shut up and listen. Okay. Again, I was trying to get to where here are a lot of the pictures. And this is not gargantuism, by the way. Quite the opposite. You read about the court case here of the Smithsonian admitting the destruction of the giants, but all over. I've done a whole show on this, did a couple of them actually. Again, who makes a door like that? And then the detail of the artisan of the work that they did. This is mind blowing. Particularly like this one here with the serpent dragon. Amazing. I mean, people just don't do this. And then someone wanted to see the books a lot. And this is a little bit more closer, I think, for everybody. I want to see the printing press that did this. And I mean, it's not just one volume. Look at folks, there's libraries of these. I want to see the dude that carries that samurai sword. How about a typewriter? So if they're making a typewriter, then who the hell is typing on it? And I don't know about these steps. I mean, did someone get the wrong blueprints? If you meet someone in the woods carrying an axe that big, get the hell out. And then, of course, I showed you the animals. And I do believe that these are animals. nature is good, but I don't think nature is that good. I mean, how does nature do that? How does a sculptor sculpt that? Okay, I can see I'm really running out of the time, but all right. Oh, I had got tons more. I have to do something here anyway. So thank you for joining me. It's been fun. Going to have Steve Zerloff on Monday. David, I'd love to talk to you as well. And this is a fascinating subject. It brings into doubt exactly who and what we are. I don't know what we are. Not sure if I know where we came from. Because apparently there was a much more smarter, much more advanced, far more intelligent race of beings, of humans. I mean, today humanity is really on the dumbass meter. We're so dumbass that we can't even see our ass. That's how dumb our asses really are. Thanks, Gaia. Anyway, I'll go back and I'll look at the what's going on in the YouTube channel because now I can see it. But anyway, it's fascinating. I've gotten so much more material in, and as I'm reading this, I think the genie's out of the bottle, and I think that I think we're involved in stuff right now that has been designed to keep us distracted, particularly from this kind of knowledge. I mean, God forbid, whatever God that is. So Linda says, so this guy says we're in cycles. That's what he says, Linda. That is true. That is exactly what he says. He says every event we get smaller and smaller. It's happened many times. Pygmies and so very well said, Linda, because it's true. We just found out last year a new Homo species, the genesis of man. Hobbits. They apparently, they may still be there, a very large, robust culture that live in Indonesia. Primarily in Sumatra, I believe as well into Indonesia, the Philippines. So yeah, please link the PDF. Well, I can't link it other than if you can email it to me. I don't have it to where, I can say, here you go. But again, just email me. I'll be more than happy to. Every time their ideas fail, they want to restart again. I think that's where we are heading. All things are distraction from the truth. That's true, beloved abstract. Yes, isn't Martin Heidi? That is so true. Eventually, they're going to take down the ancient redwoods. I mean, if that isn't evidence of a different time, and that spirit realm over there with the giant redwoods is something else. Okay, folks, little bit out of time on this one, so I will see you tomorrow. Tune in to Nina's show, the Hump Day Show. It's right an hour after this one. Thank you, Soul Tribe. You are such a gift. There is no amount of material wealth that can compare to the joy of this group. That's all I can say. All right. Two Old Dudes production. The genie's out of the bottle. That's a fact. All right. Hey, Lucky, how are you doing? 5G, another delay, huh? Yeah. All right. Talk to you all later. Bye-bye.